Welcome to Mates. This is same Mangeya, the Mates Eagle. Right. So this one is Cambridge International Advanced Level Mathematics. It's pure mathematics paper 1 for May June 2022. It's variant 1-3. Then after watching this video, please subscribe, like, and share this nice powerful item with others. Don't just enjoy on your own. Thank you. Let's get started. Question number 1. Question number 1. The coefficient of x to the power 3 in the expansion of that one is 144. Find the possible values of the constant p. Right, to find constant p in this case, we're being told that the coefficient of x to the power 3 is 144. So what you just have to do is to find the coefficient of x to the power 3. Then use expansion. Expansion of this type, use this one. You say a plus b to the power n. Is there in a formula booklet, however? So you say a to the power n plus n choose 1, then a to the power n minus 1, b to the power 1, then plus n choose 2, a to the power n minus 2, b to the power 2, plus n choose 3, a to the power n minus 3, b to the power 3, in that order. So that's the formula that you have to use. Is there in a formula booklet? Right, now, working on this part, want to find the possible values of the constant p. We have to find the coefficient of x cubed first. So how? Let's expand this part. So you say your a is p and your b is 1 over p x. That's your b. So you say a to the power, which is p to the power 4. That's your a. Then plus n choose 4 choose 1. N choose 1. Then a, which is p to the power n minus 1, which is 4 minus 1 is 3. Then times your b, which is 1 over px to the power 1. Then plus 4 choose 2. Then you have your p, that's your a, to the power 4 minus 2 is what? 4 minus 2 is 2. Then you have your b, which is 1 over px to the power 2. Then plus 4 choose 2, 3 now, we're on 3. Then we have your a, which is p to the power 4 minus 3 is 1. Then times your b, which is 1 over px to the power 3. What do you have to find actually? Is the coefficient of x to the power 3. Right? So this is the method that you can use. There's another method, yes. But this one is the straightforward method. Just expand everything, even the thing that you don't need. But after that, you just have to take the things that you need. Like here in this case, want the coefficient of x to the power 3, which means you have to ignore everything and take this part. If you can see, this part is the one that will give you a term in x to the power 3. So it means all these items, you have to ignore them, right? Then you have to concentrate on simplifying this part. 4 choose 3. Your calculator, 4, then choose 3 is 4. 4 choose 3 is 4. Then p to the power 1 is p. Then this one, 1 over p x to the power 3 is the same as x over p to the power 3. So what you do is you just share the power is the same as x to the power 3 over p to the power 3. Right. So this part is the same as x to the power 3 over p to the power 3. Then if you can simplify this part, applying the laws of indices, this one is p to the power 1. So you maintain the base, or you just divide. It will be 4 over p squared, then x to the power 3. So the coefficient of x cubed is actually 4 over p squared. That's the one that we're looking for. That is the coefficient of x squared. And we're being told that this one is equals to 144. So you say now 4 over p squared is equals to 144. That's the coefficient of x squared. Then cross multiplication will give us 4 is equals to 144, then p squared. Then divide by 144 both sides. 144, 144. You get here 4 over 144. It will be 4 into 4, 1. 4 into 144. Here is 3, remainder 2. 4 into 24, it's 6. Then is equals to p squared, like this. Then after that, we can say p squared is 1 over 36. Put square roots both sides so that you can eliminate the square. You can get p is equals to plus or minus root of 1 of 36. Please take note. Square root of a number is always plus or minus. Square root of a number is plus or minus. So it will be plus or minus root of 1 is 1. Root of 36 is 6. So it's plus or minus 6. These are the possible values of the constant p. Done. Next question, number 2. The diagram shows part of the curve with equation y is equals to p sine q theta plus r, where p, q, and r are constants. State the value of p. Then the value of q, obviously r is supposed to be found. Right? The value of p, where is our p? It's here on our equation. So p is the stretch factor in the y direction. How can you find our stretch factor? Right? We check your new equilibrium. This one, the graph of y is cosine x. Y is cosine x is like this. It starts at 0. Like this. So it will be right. It's something like this. That the graph of y is cosine x, right? So sine 0 is supposed to give you 0. Sine 0, to confirm, is 0. Yes. So that's the graph of y is cosine x. Right. So what you do is you check. The original equilibrium was at 0. Now the new equilibrium is at point is minus 2. Right. So the distance between the new equilibrium and original equilibrium represents that one is actually a translation. Like in this case, that's our r. R represents a translation. Right. So we can even find r in this case. So what is r? From this 0 to minus 2. So it's minus 2. So your r is supposed to be minus 2. That's your r. Because from the original equilibrium to the new equilibrium. New equilibrium is there. If you can check on a new graph, that's the new equilibrium, right? So from the original to the new, that represents your translation. So it's r. Then your p is your stretch, right? You check from this original line to this one. The distance was just 1. But on our new item, the distance from the original equilibrium, we can check even here. How many boxes do we have? We have about 3, right? So we have about 3 items. So 3 items, they represent a stretch, right? So you can say here, you can just say new, which is 3 boxes, over original, there used to be 1 boxes. So that will be 3. That will be your p. That's your stretch. So p is equals to 3. Then we're left with q. Q is on the x direction, right? X direction, check. Initially, our half a line actually from this point to this point. Let's check half a line from this point to this point, and from this point to this point. That's how we check on the x. So initially, it covers only half a box, and now it's now 2 boxes. So it means we have multiplied the x item by 2. So if you have multiplied the x item by 2, so it means our q stretch factor must be half. Because remember, if it's half, you multiply by 2. So our q is supposed to be half. Then our r is supposed to be minus 2. Done. So that's translation. That's translation. That's stretch. And that's transformation after all. Then number 3, an arithmetic progression. Yes, first term 4 and common difference d. The sum of the first n terms of the progression is 5863. Show that n minus 1 times d is called that part. Right, so working with that part, they said arithmetic progression is first term 4. The nth term of an AP is a plus n minus 1d. Then the sum of n terms is n over 2, then 2a plus n minus 1 times d. That's the same sum of n terms of an arithmetic progression AP. So you are given that arithmetic progression, there is first term 4. So our a is equals to 4, and common difference d. So d is equals to d. The sum of n terms is, which means Sn is equals to 5863, like this. So Sn, which is, you can say 5, it's just a matter of substitution here. 5863 is equals to, then it's n over 2, which is 5863 over 2. Then 2 times a, which is 4, plus n minus 1, which is 586 This one is the sum, so you don't have to put this one, so you have to put n. So you put n on this part, so it will be n over 2, then 2 times, then n minus 1 times common difference, which is d in this case. Yeah, something like this. Then after that, you say you simplify. You must get to this item. Actually, you simplify. So you say 5863 is equals to, then this part is n over 2, then remove the bracket, so it will be 8 here. Simplify inside the bracket actually. Then it will be nd, actually it's n minus 1, then times d. Because on our expression is just like that. And you have to make n, we have to make n minus 1d subject of formula in this case, right? So you can remove this n over 2, multiply by 2 and divide by n, right? So it will be 5863 times 2 over n. Then it equals 8 plus n minus 1 times d. Then this one, if you can simplify, 5863 times 2. Then you get 1726 over n. Then is equals 8 plus n minus 1 times d. Then you can just take a to this side, then you have shown. So it will be n minus 1 times d is equals 11726 over n minus 8. So you have shown. Just like that. The next part, given that the nth term is 139, find the values of n and d, giving the value of d as a fraction. Right? So the nth term, that is Tn, which is a plus n minus 1 times d. Then they said find the values of n and d. Right? So you are saying a plus n minus 1 times d is equals to 139. Then your a is what? Is 4. Let me check. Right? A is 4, then d is d. That's correct. Then plus n minus 1 times d is equals to 139. That's the nth term, right? Right, then check. N minus 1 times d is actually this fellow, this item here. That's n minus 1 times d. So you can use that part. You substitute here. Then you can be able to find the item. So you can say 4 plus, instead of n minus 1 times d, you can take 11726 over n. Then minus 8 is equals to 139. Like this. Then from this, you can be able to find the value of n. So you say here, 4 minus 8 is actually minus 4. Then you take that one to the other side. So it will be 1, 1. Or you can just multiply everything by n. So it will be 4n plus 11726 minus 8n is equals to 139n. Then collect terms in n. So it will be 11726 is equals to 139n plus 8n minus 4n. 11726, yes, is equals to, then you can simplify now, 139 plus 8, 139 plus 8 minus 4, then it's 143 n. Then divide by 143 both sides. So you say 11726 divided by 143, you get 82. 82, yes. So n is equals to 82. So your n is the number of terms. Please take note. If you found, let's say you found your n as a decimal or fraction, please take note, that's not the answer. Because n is the number of things. Number of things must always be an exact value. So that's what can make you able to see it. No, this value it's wrong or it's correct. So you must find your n as a whole number and not as negative. Otherwise, you have to check for the mistakes. Right? Then they said find the value of n and d. Now for d, you can find it from this one, from this equation. You can call it 1. So you have said, actually, see this part, this one, this one, this one, this one. That's where you can find d. So you say 4 plus n is 82 minus 1. then times d is equals to 139. So this one will be 4 plus, then 81d. That's 82 minus 1, then it's equals to 139. Then it will be 81d is equals to 139 minus 4. 81d, 139 minus 4 is 135. It's 135, then you divide by 81. So it's 135 divided by 81. It's 5 over 3. So your d will be equals to 5 over 3. Then you can say done. Right, next part, question number 4. The curve with equation y is equals x squared plus 2x is translated by minus 1, 3. Find the equation of the translated curve given your answer in that form. Right, translated curve, what happens in this case? There are two ways of working the same. The first one, you can complete the square of this part, right? It's easier that way. So complete the square, it's easier. So you say, this one, you complete the square of this part. So you say x plus half of 2 is 1 squared. Then plus, actually it's minus. It's minus. It's minus 1 squared, then minus 5. So it will be x plus 1 squared, then minus 1 minus 5. So it will be x plus 1 squared, then minus 6. So this one is the original equation, right? So if you can translate, this first part represents x. This other part represents y. So y will add everything to everything, right? To the whole item. So this one is y. So you're adding to everything. That's your y. Then your x, it adds inside here. So it's minus, so it means it's supposed to be plus. So it will be, it's supposed to be like this. Your x, so it's y is equals to your x plus 1. So your x will add inside. Then your y will add outside here. Outside here. So let me do it like this here. So your x will add inside. If it's plus, it will be minus. If it's minus, it will be plus. Then minus 6. Then your y, it will add on this side. Outside here. Just like that. So the equation x plus 1, actually it's 2. 1 plus 1 is 2 squared. Then plus, it's minus 3. It's minus 3. Then after that, you expand. So it will be x plus 2, x plus 2, then minus 3. Because you want it in this form, right? So it's in expanded form. So it will be x times x squared, then x times 2x plus x times 2x plus 4x, then plus 4 minus 3. So it will be x squared plus 4x, then plus 1. So this will be the equation of the translated graph in expanded form. Just like that, right? Right, then next, they say the curve with the equation y is equals x squared plus 2x minus 5 is transformed to a curve with the equation, this one. Then describe fully the single transformation that has been applied. What you have to check are the differences between the two items. Check. We have minus 5 and minus 5, still the same. Which means on the y-axis, there's no translation, there's nothing. Even on the x-axis, there's nothing that is adding here. But you can see, this one was 2, it's now 4. And here there was 1, and it's now 4. So what you have to do now is, if you can say y is equals to, it means this part is 2 squared x squared. Then plus 2 times 2 x, then minus 5. You see? So in other words, what have happened here, it came from something like 2x squared, then plus 2, then 2x, then minus 5. So in other words, we have multiplied our x by 2. So if you can multiply by 2, then it's a stretch in the x direction. And our stretch factor, actually in this case, it will be what? It will be half, right? So it's a stretch x direction factor half. You're done. So these are 2 free marks. Then question number 5. Solve the equation 6 root of y plus that one root of what is equals to 0. What you have to do in this case, these equations of this type, you can just let x is equals to root y. Eyes closed, eyes open. You say let x is equals to root of y. That's what you do. Then after that, it will be 6x. Now change your item to x plus 2 over x minus 7 is equal to 0. So you have to, after finding your x, you have to change it or convert it back to y. Because what you want to find is not x, it's y. Please take note of that part. Then you multiply everything by x. It will be 6x squared plus 2 minus 7x is equal to 0. So these equations, they always tend to be quadratic. Always they will be quadratic. Express as a quadratic expression. Minus 7x plus 2 is equal to 0. Then after that, you can say, you can use factorization or use a calculator. Factorization in this case, this is plus 12x squared. What are the numbers? When you multiply, they give you 12. Add or subtract, they give you 7. It's 3 and 4. It's minus 3 and minus 4. So it's 6x squared minus 4x minus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. Then it will be, effect out 2x on this part. So you'll be left with 3x minus 2. And you effect out minus 1. 3x minus 2 is equals to 0. Then after that, you can see 3x minus 2, 3x minus 2, they are the same. You write 3x minus 2, then 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. It's either 3x minus 2 is equal to 0 or 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. So it will be 3x is equal to 2 or 2x is equal to 1. So you can get x is equal to 2 over 3 or x is equal to 1 over 2 or half. So these are the two values of x that we have obtained, right? So using these two values, you can say, we say let x is equal to root of y. So it will be root of y is equal to 2 over 3 or root of y is equal to half. So root of y, you square both sides to remove the root, right? So you square both sides here and you square this side here, and even on this side you square and you square on this side. So if you can square, you get y is equal to 4 over 9. 4 over 9, or y is equals to, then it will be 1 squared over 2 squared. So it will be 1 over 4. So this will be the values, this will be the values of y. Just like that, done. 4 marks, 4 over 9 and 1/4. So y is equals 4 over 9, or y is equals 1/4. Then second question, hence solve the equation. So hence, it means they're using the value or the solution that we found on the previous item. Hence solve the equation 6 tan x, root tan x plus 2 over root tan x minus 7 is equal to 0. If you can check, this one is very similar, or is the same, is similar to this one, question number 5a. Right? So your y, in other words, has been replaced by tan x. So these ones, the values of y can equally represent the values of tan x. So y is now represented by tan x. So you can say tan x is equals 4 over 9, or tan x is equals to 1 over 4, like this. Then you can say x is equals arctan 4 over 9. You get your principal value. Then you can say on this part, x is equals to arctan 1 over 4, 1/4. So your x will be equals to, and your x is equals to, right, on the first part, arctan of 4 over 9, arctan of 4 over 9, arctan of 4 over 9. So if you put your calculator, it's in degrees. It's in degrees mode. Please take note of that part. 4 divided by 9, you get arctan, you press second function, then you press tan, 4 divided by 9 is 23.96, 24 degrees. 24 degrees. So this one is your PV, your primary value or a principal value. Then arctan of 1/4. Arctan of 1/4. 1/4 which is the same as 0.25. So it's 14 degrees. 14.03. So just say 14 degrees. So this one is your PV on this side. Right. Then to find the values now, you can use the quadrant rule. In this case, tan is positive. Tan is positive in each quadrant. Also on this part, tan is positive, tan theta is positive. So it's positive in the first quadrant and the third quadrant. So you can put your angle here and your angle here. first and last quadrant. So angle is 24, and you can put even 24 on this part. On this part also is positive, then there's 14, and the third, there's 14. So the first solution for theta or for x is from this point to the first line. So it's 24 degrees. That's the first solution. The second solution between 0 to 360 is from this positive x-axis to the second line. So it's 180 plus 24. What is 180 plus 24? Is 104. Right, then on this part, these are the values of x. On this part, x is equals to, then the first angle is this part, is 14 degrees. Then the second angle from the positive x-axis to this line, 180 plus 14, is supposed to be 194 degrees. So these are the solutions for theta. Done. Next, question number 6. The function f is defined by f of x is called that part for x less than 3. Then express f of x in the form. So you're just completing the square. Right. So completing the square, you factor out 2. You do these two parts first. So factor out 2 here. Then you'll be left with x squared. Make sure the coefficient of x squared is 1 always. Then minus 2 into 16 is 8x. This part. Then you maintain your 23. Then you complete the square of what is inside the brackets here. So it will be 2 here. Then on this part, you say x minus. Half of 8 is what? Half of 8 is 4. Then squared. Then minus half of 8 is minus 4 squared. Then plus 23. Right, 2 is affecting everything. Please take note of that. So it must be outside this bracket. Then you simplify this part. You simplify minus 4 squared is 16. Then 16 plus 23. Then it will be 2 here. Then remove the bracket. So 2x minus 4 squared, then minus 32. Then plus 23. Removing the bracket, multiplying everything by 2. So it will be here 2. This bracket, x minus 4, you don't remove it, right? I was saying you have to multiply by 16. Take note of that part. So you multiply 2 times this and 2 times 16. Then minus 32 plus 23, is it minus 9? It's minus 9. Then done. So this will be your item. So your A is minus 4. Your B is minus 9. Just like that. Then next, find the range of f of x. Range, you can check. There is minus 9 here, right? So you can just say f of x is greater than or equal to minus 9. That's your range. Then, because these are the minimum points of the graph. This one is a quadratic graph. It's a graph like this one. So the minimum points are 4 and minus 9. So it's greater than or equal to that part. Then next, find an expression for the inverse of x, f of x. The inverse now, what is our f of x in this case? Is this part. So you can just take the one that is the completed form or format, which is this one. So it will be 2, then x minus 4 squared minus 9. 2, x minus 4 squared, then minus 9. So you can say f of x is equal to this part. So you say let y is equals f of x. Right? Some of you are just used to changing, to just change x to be y, something like that. Still the same thing. So you say y is equals to 2, then x minus 4 squared minus 9. So some of you just change where there's x, you put y, and where there's y on this side, you put x. It's still the same thing. So in this case, you are making x subject, right? So it will be y plus 9 is equals to 2, then x minus 4 squared. Then you divide by 2. Get rid of everything that is outside the square, the bracket first, right? So now we have to deal with 2. So it will be y plus 9 over 2 is equals to x minus 4 squared. Then you do the square now. You put square root both sides. So it will be square root of y plus 9 over 2 is equals to x minus 4, like this. Then take 4 the other side. It will be root of y plus 9 over 2, then plus 4 is equals to x. Then your inverse, f of x, you just change where there's y here, you just put x. So it will be square root of x plus 9 over 2, then plus 4. So this will be the inverse. Done. Next, the function g is defined by g of x is equals to x plus 4. For x less than negative 1, find and simplify an expression for fg of x. fg of x, right? So fg of x, you have to take f. What is our f here? We can take it from this format, the original one. 2x squared minus 16x plus 23. 2x squared minus 16x plus 23. That's your f of x. Then your g of x you are given here. So what is your fg of x? So it will be fg of x is equals to 2, where there is x, you put g of x. So it will be 2x plus 4, then squared, then minus 16, then 2x plus 4, squared, then plus 23. Expand this part, then it will even make more sense, right? But even if you take it from this format, I think it was going to make even more sense, right? This format, then you just have to use that part. It was going to make more sense. But this part now, it means you have to do serious expansion, but still it will work though. So it will be 2 here. Then you multiply this bracket. So you take this one. In case your completed form format maybe it's wrong, then it means you will not get the thing wrong. So it's 2x here, then 2x plus 4. That's 2x plus 4 squared. Then plus 4, 2x plus 4. That's this part. Then minus 16. Then on this part, 2x plus 4. Let me just multiply. Let me say 2x here, then 2x plus 4, then plus 4, 2x plus 4, then plus 23 outside. Then this part, it will be 2. Then removing the bracket, you get 4x squared plus 8x. Then plus 8x plus 16. That's this part. Then you maintain your 16 here. It's still the same thing. It's supposed to be 4x squared. Actually, you can just say 8x plus 8x, 16x plus 16. Then plus 23. Then taking it further, this will be 16. Please take note, this one will be 16x. So remove brackets by 2. It will be 8x squared, then plus 32x. Then plus 32 minus 16 times 4 is 64. X squared. Then 16 times 16. 16 times 16 is what? 256. Minus 256x. Then minus 256. Then plus 23. Then work out collecting like terms. 64 minus 8, you get 56. So it's minus 56 x squared. Then 32x minus 256. 32 minus 256, you get 224. Then 32 minus 256, then plus 23, you get minus 201. Then this one is a simplified format. Right, done. Next, question number 7. The diagram shows the circle with the equation x minus 2 squared plus, that's the equation of the circle, is given. And with center C, the point B has coordinates 0, 2. And the line segment BC intersect the circle at P. Then find the equation of BC. Right, that's the equation of the line, right? First thing, you must find the center. Center of a circle. This one, the equation of the circle. So equation of the circle is x minus a squared plus y minus b squared is equals to r squared, right? Where a and b represent the center, a and b. So in this case, based on this equation, you can see your a and your b is actually 2 and minus 4, right? So it's 2 and minus 4. So center is 2 and minus 4. That's the center of a circle. So this one is 2 and minus 4. Now to find the equation of BC, what we need is gradient and a point. So you can find gradient using center C and B as the point, right? Then after that, you can use point B to find the equation. So you can say we have the 2 points, which means point B, that is 0, 2. And we have point C, that's the center, we have 2 and minus 4. So let's use these points to find the equation of the line. So you can say this part, it can be x1, y1, x1, y1, x2, y2. So gradient is equals to y2 minus y1, which is minus 4 minus 2, over x2 minus x1, which is 2 minus 0. So this one, it will be minus 6 over 2, which is minus 3. So that's the gradient. Then the equation, you say y is equals to minus 3x plus c. Then use any of these 2 points to substitute to find your c. I will prefer to use point B, x0 and y2. Where there's y, you put 2. Where there's x, you put 0. Then plus c. So your c, you get it as 2. You then substitute in this part. So it will be y is equals to minus 3x plus 2. This one is the equation of the line AB. Done. Of the line BC. That's the equation of BC. Then hence, find the coordinates of P, giving your answer in exact form. What is P in this case? Check our P. P, where are you? Yeah, here. So P is the point where BC intersects the circle, right? So the point of intersection, you just take the equation of the circle and the equation of the line P, then you work them together. You just substitute, you work them as simultaneous equations. X minus 2, y plus 4. X minus 2, y plus 4 is equals to 20. Then the equation of this line, we have it here. Right, so you take these two equations, minus 3x plus 2. So you equate the two, you solve as simultaneous. Where there's y, use substitution. So you can say x minus 2 squared. It will be x minus 2 squared plus, where there's y here, you put minus 3x plus 2, then plus 4, then squared is equals to 20. Then after that, you can expand this part, x minus 2, then this one is x minus 2. Then inside here, what do you get? You get minus 3x plus 6, which is the same as 6 minus 3x, right? So let's take it as 6 minus 3x. So it will be 6 minus 3x, then 6 minus 3x is equals to 20, like this. Then expand this part. You say x times x is x squared, x times minus 2 is minus 2x, then minus 2x, then plus 4. Then this part, it will be plus 6 times 6 is 36, then 6 times minus 3 is minus 18x, then minus 18x, then plus 9x squared is equals to 20. Then you can simplify a bit. X squared minus 4x plus 36 plus 4 is 30, is 40. Is 40 this part. Then minus 18x minus 18x minus 36x. Then plus 9x squared is equals to 20. Then collect terms. You can say x squared plus 9 squared is 10x squared. Then minus 4x minus 36x is minus 40x. Then you can take 20 to the other side. It will be 40 minus 20 is 20. Then is equals to 0. Divide by 10. You get x squared, everything by 10. Minus 4x minus 2 is equals to 0. So they said, find the coordinates of P, giving your answer in exact form. So you must have our answer in exact form in this case. Right? You can use the quadratic formula, right? Or completing the square. Whatever you can use, C work. So A is equals to 1. B is equals to minus 4. C is equals to minus 2. Like this. So you can say your x is equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now substitute. You can say here, minus b is minus 4. Then plus or minus square root of b squared is minus 4 squared. Then minus 4a is 1. C is minus 2. All over 2a. 2 times 1. So which is equals to, if I can simplify this part. So it will be equals to, minus 4 is 4, plus or minus root of 4 squared is 16. Then minus and minus will become plus. Then 4 times 1 times 2 is 8. Over 2. So it will be 4 plus or minus root of 16 plus 8. 16 plus 8 is 24 over 2. Right. Then this part, you can simplify this part. You can use your calculator. You can say x is equals to, you say 4 minus root 24. Root 24 is what? Is 4.89. So in this case, since our item is on the positive, check our p, so which means the negative value of x, we are not supposed to include it. So if you can put minus in this case, the answer will become negative. So you just want the positive item, right? So you just want the positive item of x in this case. So it will be here plus, so it's root is 2 root 6. Root 24 is 2 root 6, right? So it will be 4 plus 2 root 6 over 2. So 4 plus 2 root 6, 4 plus, then divided by 2 is 2 plus root 6, right? So it's 2 plus root 6. That's the value of x in this case, right? That's the value of x. Then the other item, want to find here the coordinates of p, giving your answer in exact form. So you have to find the value of y. So y, it means you can take this part, right, where the line meets the curve. So it will be minus 3x plus 2. So your y is minus 3x plus 2, which means y is equals minus 3 times x, which is 2 plus root 6, then plus 2. It will be, remove the bracket, minus 6 plus 3 root, minus 6 minus 3 root 6, then plus 2. So it will be minus 6 plus 2 is 4. Minus 4 minus 3 root 6. Right, next part. The diagram shows the curve with the equation y is equal to that part. Then the line y is equal to 5 intersect the curve at the points 1 and 5. 16 and 5. Find the equation of the tangent to the curve at point A. Right, we're given that there's a curve with the equation, this one. Then the line y is equal to 5. This line y is equal to 5 is this line. Intersect the curve at the points A and B. So there are 2 points. So it's y is equal to 5. Then they said find the equation of the tangent to the curve at the point A. Right, so what we need is gradient. And at the point A, x is equal to 1. That's one item. So find dy dx, right? Dy dx, gradient of the tangent and the curve, they are the same at the point where they meet. So your y is equals to x to the power half. That's for the curve, plus 4 x to the power minus half. So you find your dy dx using this item. Dy dx to bring down a half here, x to the power half minus 1. Then plus 4 times bring down minus half, x to the power minus half minus 1. That's your dy dx. Then after that, you say this one will be half. Then x to the power minus half. The power. Then this one, it will be minus 2 x to the power minus 3 over 2. So this one is your dy dx, right? So you put x1 now. So in x is equals to 1, what will be the gradient? It means dy over dx is equals to half 1 to the power minus half minus 2, 1, then minus 3 over 2, like this. So this one will be half 1, 1. So it's just half minus 2. Half minus 2 is minus 1.5. That's your dy dx, or minus 3 over 2. If you can choose to put it this way. Done. That's the gradient of the tangent at point A. Then calculate the area of the shaded region. Area of the shaded region, if you can check here, we have the line that is above the curve. So you can say area above the line minus area below the curve. Below the line minus below the curve, right? And our line is y is equal to 5. That's our line. So you can say area, you say area shaded is equals area below line minus area below curve. So it will be area below line, you integrate and its y is equal to 5, so it will be 5 dx. Minus area below curve. Below curve, you take the equation of the curve. What is the equation of the curve? Is this one, x half plus 4 x minus half. X half plus 4 x minus half. Then the limits x here from this point to this point is x1 and x16. So it's 1 and 16. These are the limits. 1, 16, 1, 16. Then you can just simplify this part. So integrate this part, you get 5x. The limits 16 and 1. Minus area below this part. Integrate, you say 1 over half plus 1. X to the power half plus 1. Then plus 4 times 1 over minus half plus 1. X to the power minus half plus 1. Like this. Then the limits is 16 and 1. Then simplify this part. So this part you can just let maintain it so that you can simplify the other part first. Minus, then this part, it will be 1 half plus 1 is 3 over 2. That's 3 over 2. So it will be 2 over 3 x to the power 3 over 2. Then this part, minus half plus 1 is half. 4 divided by half is what? 4 divided by half. So it's supposed to be 8. So it's 8 here, plus 8. Then x to the power half. Then 16 and 1. Like this. Yes. Then you can now put 16. 5 times 16 minus 5 times 1 on this first part. Then minus on this part, big bracket, please. So it's 2 over 3. Where there's x, you put 16. The power 3 over 2. Then plus 8, 16 to the power half. Put bracket here. Then plus, actually it's minus. Then you put 2 over 3. Where there's x, you put 1. The power 3 over 2. Plus 8. Then 1 to the power half. Then big bracket. Then after that, let's simplify. This part you get what? 5 times 16 minus 5. 5 times 16 minus 5. You get 75 on this part. Then minus. Then on this part, it's 2 over 3. 16 to the power. Let me just say 16 to the power 3 over 2. 3 over 2. You get 64. Then 64 times 2 over 3. 64 times 2 over 3. 64 times 2 over 3. Get 128 over 3. Plus, then this one, 16 to the power half is 4. 4 times 8 is 32. Then this part, you get 2 over 3 plus 8. Right, let's simplify further. Then minus, then this part, 128 over 3 plus 32. You get 224 over 3. Then this part, 224 over 3. Then minus 2 over 3. 2 over 3. Then plus 8. Then you get 66. Then here you simplify 75 minus 66. What you get is 9. So this one is 9 square units. Done. Next part. Question number 9. They said, right, this one is circular measure. The diagram shows triangle ABC with AB equals BC, which was 6 centimeters, and angle ABC 1.8 radians. The arc CD is part of the circle with center A, and ABD is a straight line. Find the perimeter of the shaded region. Perimeter of the shaded region. Right, perimeter, actually we can say it's arc CD plus BD or DB plus BC, which is 6 centimeters. That's what you have to find, right? But in this case, we can check. We don't have AC. So AC is the one that will make us to be able to find arc CD using r theta, arc length. So to find this line AC using what? R is the cosine rule. Is the cosine rule. So you say this will be your A. So cosine rule, you say A squared is equals to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos A, where B and C are the sides which makes up 1.8 right, the angle. So it will be, in this case, it will be A squared, which is AC squared is equals to B and C, 6 squared plus 6 squared plus 6 squared, then minus 266, then cos 1.8. And make sure your calculator is in radian mode. Please take note of that part. Then it will be AC squared is equals to 6 squared plus 6 squared, 36 plus 36, 72. Then minus 2 times 6, 12 times 6, 72 again. Like this. Then your AC will be equal to square root of this part. 72 minus 72 cos 1.8. So your AC will be equals to, then your AC. Then punch in your calculator. Make sure your calculator is in radian mode, right? Please take note of that. If not, you have to change your calculator to be in radian mode. So it's root of 72 minus 72 cos 1.8. It's 9.3 to 3 significant figures. It's 9.40. That's your AC, right? So your AC is 9.40 centimeters in this case. Right. Now you have your AC, you can find your CD. So you can say arc length CD is equals r theta, which is equals your r, that's your radius 9.4 times theta. Now we need the angle now. So there are so many things that have to be done. Because you have to find this angle now. Because that's the angle that you have to use to find that part. So to find that angle, you can use it. You can say, you can use the sine rule. You can use the sine rule in this case. Because you have this side 9.40, right, centimeters. So you can use sine rule. You can use this angle at A. You can say sine BAC over side BAC, which is 6, is equals to sine 1.8. Even you can just use, this one is an isosceles triangle. Just say, well, this one will actually be, let me just put this one, sine 1.8 over 9.4. But no, let's just use this one is an isosceles triangle. What 6 and 6? It's isosceles. So just say 180, which is pi minus, so let me say BAC is equals to 180, which is pi minus 1.8. Then your answer is divided by 2. Base angles, they are the same. So you can punch in your calculator pi. You can say pi minus 1.8. Then you divide by 2. So it's 0.67. 0.67 radians, right? Or you can say 671 radians. 671 radians. So it's 0.671 radians. So all these things must be part of your working, right? Then from there you can now say times 0.671. Then you can get what here? Well, let me just put it down here. So you say times 9.4. So you get 6.3. 6.31 centimeters. That's arc length. So this one 6.31 centimeters. That's arc length of that part. Then we are left to find, I already have everything. Because dB is just 9.4 minus 6. So this one part is 9.4 minus 6. 9.4 minus 6 is what? 9.4. That's 3.4. So the perimeter, we have it now. is 6.1 plus 3.4 plus 6. So it's 6.1, 6.31 plus 3.4 plus 3.4 plus 6, right? Then you are done. So you can say 6.31 plus 3.4 plus 6. Then it will be 15.71 or 15.7 centimeters. So this will be the perimeter. Done. Right, next part, that was the perimeter. Then find the area of the shaded region. Now on the area of this shaded part, you can say area of the sector minus area of the triangle. Already we have the item. Area of the sector is half r squared theta. So you can write it here. You can say area of sector, then you can put the sector, the letters here, then minus area of triangle. Is triangle what here? So the triangle is their sides there. Right, area of sector is half r squared theta minus area of a triangle is half ab sine theta. Area of triangle is actually half 6 times 6. AB, it was 6 times 6. Then sine 1.8 radians. Then this one for the sector, r squared, r was 9 point, is it 9 point? We got 9 point what? 9.4. Then theta 0.671. 0.671, like this. Then done. You can just punch in your calculator, you find your item here. So I say 9.4 squared, 9.4 squared, then times 0.671 divided by 2, 29.64 minus this one. You can say 6 times 6, 36. 36 sine, make sure your calculator is in radians, 1.8, what do you get? 35 point what divided by 2, you get 17.5. 17.53. Then, so it will be 12.1 square centimeters. Done. Next part, question number 10. The function f is defined by f of x called that one. Find the integral of f of x from 1 up to infinity, right? So if this one will be increasing, or x will be increasing greater than minus half, then what will be happening to f of x? If you can check, it's more like it's 1 over 4x plus 2 squared. So it's more like as this value will be increasing, it means the value here will actually be getting closer to 0 and to 0. So in other words, our f of x will be approaching 0. You get it, right? So our infinity, we just take it as 0 if you are evaluating now. So you say here, integral of 4x plus 2, the power minus 2, then dx, infinity, and 1. So it will be equals to, you say, 1 over minus 2 plus 1 times the derivative of what is inside the bracket, which is 4. You differentiate inside the bracket. Then you maintain this part, plus 2 to the power minus 2 plus 1. Then we don't put a constant because we have limits, infinity and 1. So it will be 1 over, then minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. Then times 4 is minus 4. Then it will be 4x plus 2 to the power minus 1. Then infinity 1. So this is the same as, let me put it here, the same as 1 over minus 4, then 4x plus 2, like this. Then infinity, then 1, like this. It's the same as if you can say 1 over, then this one will be, if you can put minus as the numerator here, so it will be 16x minus 1 over 16x plus 8. Then the limits, we can put infinity and 1. Then it will be, put infinity, you just say it approaches 0. So it will be 0 minus. Then you put 1. So it's minus 1 over 16, 1 plus 8. So it will be minus, then minus, it will be plus here in this case, right? So it will be 1 over 16 times 1 is 16 plus 8. 16 plus 8 is 24. So it's 1 over 24. Then this will be your integral done. Next, a point is moving along the curve y is equals f of x in such a way that as it passes through the point A, its y coordinate is decreasing at a rate of k units. Its y coordinate, it means dy over dt, is increasing at a rate of, its constant rate of k units per second. And the x and its x coordinate, that is dx over dt, is increasing at a rate of k units per second. So y is decreasing actually. So decreasing is minus, right? It's minus. You can put minus k like this one. Then we're being given that, let's find the coordinates of A. To find the coordinates of A, you come up here, you find your dy dx. Where is dy dx? Do we have dy dx? So y f of x is equal to 4x plus 2 to the power minus 2. 4x plus 2 to the power minus 2. Let me check again. That's it. So 4x plus 2 to the power minus 2. That's your f of x, right? So your dy dx, that is the derivative of x. So you say let y is equals f of x actually. So it will be minus 2, 4x plus 2 to the power minus 2 minus 1, then time derivative of inside the bracket. So this will give you minus 8, then 4x plus 2 to the power minus 3, right? So this one is your dy dx. Now you have three different variables here, right? Different variables. What do we have? We have dy. Oh, let me put it here. I've put it on the wrong item. Let me just take this one to the other side down there. So it's dy dx is minus 8 dy dx minus 8, then 4x plus 2 to the power minus 3. Right? We have three items here, and we want to find the coordinates of A. Right? Want to find the coordinates of A, the point that lies on our curve in this case. Right? We have these three different items. How can you find, given that we have dy dt, how can you find dy dx? So you can formulate an equation here. Dy dx is equals to dy over dt. Right? Dy over dt, then times or divided by dx over dt. You get it? So from this, you can be able to find our dy dx. So you can take your dy dx, which is minus 8, 4x plus 2, the power minus 3, then is equals to, then dy dt, actually this one we can take minus to this side. So it will be dy dt is minus k. Minus k over or divided by dx dt is k. So it's k divided by k is 1. So in other words, we are saying minus 8 over 4x plus 2 to the power 3 is equals to minus 1. Right? Then minus, they cancel out, and you can cross multiply. We get x is equals to 8 is equals to 4x plus 3 plus 2 to the power 3. Then you cube both sides. Put the power cube root of 3. Cube root of 8, actually. Then you put cube root to remove the 3. Then it's 4x plus 2, the power 3. So it will be cube root of 8, so it's 2, is equals to 4x plus 2. Then collect 2 the other side. It will be 2 minus 2 is equals 4x. So your x, 4x is equal to 0. So your x divided by 4 will get 0. What about your y? Your y, you can find it from the equation. Y is equals to what? Our original equation is y is equals to 4x plus 2 to the power minus 2. 4x plus 2 to the power minus 2. So when x is equal to 0, what is y? Y is equals to 4 times 0 plus 2 to the power minus 2, like this. So it will be equals to 2 to the power minus 2, which is equals to 1 over 4. So the coordinates, we have x is equal to 0, and y is equals to 1/4. Done. Right, next, question number 11. The point P lies on the line with the equation y is equals mx plus c, where m and c are positive constants. A curve is the equation y is equal to that one minus m over x. There is a single point P on the curve such that the straight line is a tangent to the curve at P. Find the coordinates of P, giving the y coordinate in terms of m. Right. So the point P lies on the line with this equation, where m and c are positive constants. A curve is the equation, this one. There is a single point P on the curve such that the straight line is a tangent to the curve at P. Tangent to the curve, then it means b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. Then find the coordinates of P, giving your y coordinate in terms of m. So you say here, b squared minus 4ac, but you have to find the coordinate point of intersection, right? Because the line and the curve, they are meeting. So you can say here, mx plus c is equals to minus m over x. Then multiply everything by x, it will be mx squared plus cx, then is equals to minus m. Then expressed as a quadratic, mx squared, then plus cx minus m is equal to 0. Then your a is equals to m. Your b is equals to c. Your c is equals to minus m, based on our equation, right? So you can say b squared minus 4ac. B squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. So it will be b squared, c squared minus 4a is m. Then c is minus m is equal to 0. So c squared minus, actually this one will be plus 4m squared is equal to 0. So you can get, in this case, so you can find the values of, they want to find the coordinates of P, giving the y coordinate in terms of m, and P lies on the curve. So that's the x coordinate of intersection of the two items. So you can find our m in this case, right? So you can say here, this one, let me check on this part. Mx plus c is equals minus m over x. Then minus m, you can take it to this side. Then it will be, that's where the problem is. It's plus m. It's plus m. Then this one is supposed to be plus m. Yeah, because it's coming out negatives. Negative, square root of a negative number, there's nothing like that. It's complex, right? So this part, I have to, so this part, m is actually positive, not minus. So this item, so our m is positive, right? Then our m is positive, so this one will be minus 4m squared. So it will be c squared is equals to 4m squared, like this, right? Let's see what we get here in this case. But if you can check in this case, you can say c is equals to the relation between c and m. So c is equals to square root of c, actually, is equals plus or minus square root of 4m squared. Or you can just take this one as a difference of two squares, c minus 2m, c plus 2m, right? So it will be c is equals plus or minus 2m. That's the relationship between the two items, right? So c is equals plus or minus 2m. But we are being given that c is a positive constant. So you can say c is equals to 2m, like that. Where m is also a positive constant, because c can never be negative. So this is the value that you can take. That's the coordinate of c. Right, now let's move on to the other part. So they said now there is a single point P on the curve such that the straight line is a tangent to the curve at P. So if it's a tangent, the first part, the other part, their gradients must be the same. So you can find dy dx. So y is equals minus m x to the power minus 1. Then from this one, your dy over dx is equals to minus m times minus 1 x to the power minus 2. So it will be m x to the power minus 2 with the same as m over x squared. That's your dy dx. So the gradients must be exactly the same, right? So gradient of the tangent, you can see y is equals mx plus c. So gradient is equals to m. Take note of that part. So their gradients must be the same. So you can say here m over x squared is equals to m. Then from this one, cross multiply, you get m is equals to mx squared. Then m will cancel out, divide by m both sides, you get x squared is equals to 1. So from this, you can get x is equals to square root of 1. That is plus or minus. So x is equals plus or minus 1. Right. So that's x. Then if you can take x plus or minus 1, we have the value of x. What about for y now? What about for y? And you are being given that. We can even take this part, use this part. So your y here is equals to m, then x plus c is 2m. You can put c as 2m there. Then after that, you can say y is equals to m. X, if you can take this one, so it means x you have to take positive. So x is equals to 1. So it will be m times 1 plus 2m, which is equals 3m. So it's 3m. So y is equal to 3m. So x is equals to 1, y is equal to 3m. Like that. So this is the coordinate done. Next, the normal to the curve. Many questions left. Like last one. The normal to the curve at P intersects the curve again at the point Q. Find the coordinates of Q in terms of M. Normal to the curve. A normal is a line that is perpendicular to the tangent. That's called a normal, which means gradient of the tangent times gradient of the normal is equals to minus 1. Right. So if the gradient of the tangent is M, that's gradient of the tangent. So what about the normal? So you can say gradient of the normal tangent is M. They said find the coordinates of Q in terms of M. What is Q? It means the normal to the point at P intersects the curve again at Q. So it will be M times M2 is equals to minus 1. So it will be M2 is equals to minus 1 over M. Just like this. Then you finish up.